Y'all ready? Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. The City of Mount Vernon and our partners are really, really excited that we have had just a little bit of time to plan our response to help 100 families who were displaced by a 5-alarm fire yesterday. So, yesterday morning, just before 3 o'clock, we received a call through our 911 system to let us know that there was a fire at 30 Cottage Avenue. That fire turned into a fire that hit the caulk loft. And if you're familiar with what a caulk loft is, it is the space between the ceiling of a building and the roof. And once it hit that fire spread all the way from one side of a H-style pre-war built building to the other side, causing devastation for 99 units and the families who are impacted and live there. We want to thank all of our departments in the city of Mount Vernon, all of our first responders from surrounding communities who came to the aid and supported not only in fighting the active fire, but that covered our firehouses throughout the day yesterday. They actively fought this fire for about 12 hours. It took about 12 hours to bring the fire under control. We thank you for all of the churches, the organizations, the neighborhood associations, and the businesses who literally at 6:30 came together before going to church and while they were opening their restaurants and their bodegas and stores to help us pull together food to feed over 125 to 150 people with no notice or preparation. The buildings department is preparing an official letter declaring the structure not habitable for the foreseeable future. That is very important because that will allow the families and the Red Cross and different agencies to provide a different level of support. This is not something that they can return to their apartments in the next week or so. We don't see that happening, like I said, for the foreseeable future. We want to thank some of our top tier. There are too many to mention, but we want to just thank some of our larger organizations right now that are helping us to plan as we walk through this crisis, our response day to day for the next week and then for the next foreseeable future, the next month. The American Red Cross, of course, who's been here, boots on the ground since about 5:30 yesterday morning, if not before. We want to thank the school district and our Dr. Strickland and our Board of Trustees who without any hesitation and delay gave us access to this incredible school. This is the school that my daughter went to K through 6 in, so I know this school back and forth. It is a school that was closed in June and that was devastating to our community, but it is serving right now as a kind of ground zero, a safe haven, and a place that provides so much space that these families who are displaced have a place to be served and to sleep with dignity. You know, oftentimes when you stand up an emergency shelter, people are on top of each other, but we are using about 7 spaces where, people are able to have different places to sleep. We even have a specialized area for our displaced residents who have pets. We have cats here, we have dogs, we have bunny rabbits, we have a few other things that are going, birds, turtles, so we're taking care of our furry and our scaly friends. For all of our animal lovers. I mean, look, even Petco, Councilwoman-elect Cynthia Turnquest Jones is an animal lover, and she literally ran to Petco yesterday, and they were like, here, we're going to take care of the animals. We want to thank the United Way, the Sharing Shelf, 914 Cares, our faith-based organizations, our United Black Clergy, our synagogues, our Catholic churches, our businesses throughout Mount Vernon, our real estate community, even our development community. They're writing checks and helping sure that we are building a fund that is going to be able to help the families at the level that they're going to need it over the next few months. Our local businesses, our our government partners from city, county. We have our County Executive Ken Jenkins will be represented here today. We have our state electeds who are represented, our federal electeds who are reaching out and asking what the families need. And I spoke to our governor somewhere around 12:15 today. She gave me a call. She tried to reach me yesterday, but I was spinning and I didn't even have a moment to stop and talk to the governor, but she reached out again this morning. The state and the county sent down resources yesterday to help us along the way. So people are asking right now where they can donate. And so if you want to donate monetary donations, donations are being accepted through Friends of MVARYP. Friends of MVARYP. That's Friends of Mount Vernon Arts, Recreation, and Youth Programs. That is our not-for-profit organization that we stand up through our Department of Recreation and does a lot of our response and provides the space, the shelter, the food. And we know people like a not-for-profit organization when they're donating so they could write it off on their taxes. You can also write checks to that, but you can also, if you want to do it digitally, they have a Zelle. And so the Zelle is a accounting at Friends of Mount Vernon spelled out .org. So the Zelle for that account is accounting at Friends of Mount Vernon.org. Clothing donations are being accepted at the Dole Center. It allows us to begin to sort through and categorize things because the amount of things that are coming in are tremendous, and we don't want to kind of clutter up the school with all of these amazing donations. We want to have a separate center where these donations can be dropped off and we can mobilize volunteers who are able to sort it, and then we transport it over here, and we've set up kind of a separate space here where the families can go out and pick out what they need. Clearly, donations of clothing, new and used, are not going to get the families everything that they need. Like underwear, who wants anyone to, even if you buy it new, to pick out, if you like Hanes, you like Hanes, if you like Fruit of the Loom, you like Fruit of the Loom, but people want to be able to pick out their own underwear. And so we're asking people also, if you want to know how to help, then you can buy gift cards in $25, $50, $100 denominations. We are giving those to the family. We are tracking what we're giving out. You can buy them for stores. We've had ones come in for Target, Marshalls, Burlington. We know those places have clothes and a lot of different things. People can buy Visa and MasterCard and American Express gift cards. And we are working with Target. Their government affairs office reached out to us and said that they wanted to help. And I'm going to say this because this might be a little controversial for some of my black and brown people. They say, well, isn't there a blackout with Target? Well, look, right now I have little children who need shoes and socks and underwear because they want to go to school. I have people who are surviving cancer who need some of the basic necessities, right? And I'm a social justice warrior, but I'm also a mother. I'm a daughter, and I'm a social worker, and I understand that some people have immediate needs. And so I'm not compromising anything, but I'm saying if someone wants to step forward and help, we're not going to refuse their support. Mount Vernon is the blackest and brownest community north of the Mason-Dixon line. And, I want to thank Target, which is a local business, for stepping up and being so willing to go above and beyond and help. And so I just felt like I needed to say that because a few people have said, well, Target? Yes, Target. They want to step up, they can help. If you want to know other information and you have questions as to what you can do and how you can be involved and you want to contact us, you can email us cityhelp, CITYHELP, at mountvernon.ny.gov. We have about 6, and we'll probably ramp that up to about 10 people that are reviewing that email account. And I can tell you, I was emailing people back and texting people up until 1:36 this morning, and started again at about 3:30 something this morning. And so we are responsive. Again, food and meals. So the city is coordinating meals right now for this week. So we have a whole nutrition team at the Dole Center, and then led by Sade Ritter, and then our director of the Office of the Aging, Vanessa Cowens, is assisting Sade in that. And so you could also contact us at City Help, and we will put you together. We have lunch and dinner taken care of for today. We have dinner taken care of for tomorrow. We have breakfast from a few of our local businesses taken care of for tomorrow as well. We could use lunch help for tomorrow. And anyone, organizations, look, we need trays of food, so kind of, just bringing over a dinner or a plate isn't the easiest way to organize this. So if there are restaurants out there, or if there are organizations and if you cook well, really, we want to make sure the food is good and that it has been prepared in a healthy manner, right? So we are careful about how we're accepting perishable items, and cooked food, because we want to make sure that we keep everyone healthy. But we are coordinating those meals. First Presbyterian Church is literally right next to where we're standing here as the shelter, has a huge kind of common area that we'll also be standing up some meals over there, and they have a commercial kitchen, and so we want to thank them right next door to us for providing that space. If there are food trucks that kind of want to help, if you want to donate, if someone wants to sponsor a food truck to kind of help do some things, please also contact City Help at Mount Vernon, spelled out ny.gov. We want to thank, Cookmaster is over there right now, grilling chicken today, and I think tomorrow he'll be grilling chicken and brisket, some string beans and good old potatoes, and so thank you for stepping up and helping. I just want everyone to know that the City of Mount Vernon and all of our community partners, we want to just reaffirm our commitment to making sure that these families will not face this alone. DSS is here. Department of Social Services has been here. They've been here all morning. Ms. Atkins will let you know a little bit more as to how long they will be here, but they are doing intakes for these families to make sure we know what they're eligible for, and then our partners are working to drill down even further to find out what other organizations can do. We want to thank our community partners again from the bottom of our heart for their immediate response to this crisis. And now we're moving from immediate response and crisis response to a coordinated response. Mount Vernon is an amazing community. I will always say that we are the jewel of Westchester. And right now, through the midst of all of the soot and the ash of this fire, we are still shining bright like a diamond. I appreciate the resilience and the unity that has been shown. Any items that you're donating, please, let's not just donate things that you are looking to throw away and that is heavily worn. We want to treat these families with dignity, because their dignity in the lowest part of their life is very important. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. And at this time, I want to step aside to give space to our superintendent. No disrespect to our senator, but our superintendent is provided. This is his house. We're in his house, so we want to give him space to say something. Then we want to hear from our senator. We're going to hear from our Commissioner Holt, because again, we just want him to give you an update as to the condition of the building, and that the families won't even be able to go in there right now and try and retrieve things, because he'll explain that. Then we will have our Senator Bailey. We're going to have our Strickland and Red Cross. Then we're going to have Commissioner Holt, Senator Bailey, and Diane Atkins, who will represent the county executive's office. Thank you.
Great afternoon, everyone. So yesterday, early in the morning, I received a phone call from the Office of Emergency Management asking for the possibility of using this space because of the fire that I actually could see the smoke coming from my apartment building. And without hesitation, jumped up and quickly got into action and said, absolutely. I came over to this building that was requested and did a quick walkthrough and determined that we had some work to do before we actually decided to open our doors to those families that were at 30 Cottage Avenue. Without hesitation, my staff jumped on, given all of their support. They came to the building, cleaned up, disinfected the spaces so that our families had a home away from home at the current time. And right now, the school district is prepared to support these residents as long as we need them, as long as they are in need. I have encouraged all of the families on multiple occasions to please do not break the consistency of educating their children. We want to see them in school, and many of which go to Lincoln Elementary, and we want to ensure that we can give them some continuity. I explained to the families also that, the city is helping with the adult issue, and we will contend with the children. We have clinicians available. We've deployed a trauma, sort of illness, grief team to Lincoln School. They will also be heading over to the Holmes building. We have open spaces within homes where students will have the opportunity to get homework done. They have games. I have asked the Mount Vernon Federation of Teachers to please join us in volunteering to provide sort of an after-school, after-care program for the students to keep them occupied. So Mount Vernon City School District is currently all in. These are our families, and there was no way that I was not going to open up a facility that was not being used to house our amazing families. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the baton to the next individual. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stephanie Dunn Ashley, the CEO for the American Red Cross Metro New York North Chapter, which Mount Vernon falls in our chapter. We are deeply sorry for the undertaking that our families are going through, but we are here to support as long as it takes and get them back on their feet. We thank the mayor, we thank the senator, we thank the commissioner from the fire department and every first responder that was on scene yesterday. It was an amazing undertaking for sure, the amount of staff and volunteers that were there. I want to personally thank our Red Cross volunteers and everyone who's supporting this sheltering site here. There are so many, too many to count, but it is a feat of great proportion. Red Cross services, we are taking care of about 78 families as of right now. That number is growing moment by moment. That includes, I think, 14 pets for those pet-loving friends. We will be taking care of their mental health, their spiritual health. We will be helping with medications. We will be helping set them up on their next steps. If they're missing their eyeglasses or anything of all those kinds of things, we will be supporting them with that. We're also making sure that the shelter is remaining supported with food services. As the mayor said, we've got a lot of partners that we're working with on that. We're making sure that they have hot meals as well as round-the-clock snacks and three square meals a day. And the pets are being fed too. So we thank all of the team that is behind us, all of the team that is behind every single person that's in the shelter. And those who are not staying in the shelter, we do encourage you to register with the American Red Cross. You can come here to the school to do so, or you can call in the American Red Cross at 1-800-RED-CROSS, and they will direct you to where you need to go. But every family, if you have not contacted us, please do so. We want to make sure that we support each and every person that's been affected. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Commissioner Holt from the Mount Vernon Fire Department. I'd like to first just say that on behalf of the Mount Vernon firefighters, we are extending all of our love to the community, to these victims of this terrible fire. And we want you to know that we're not only here during the course of the fire, but we're going to be here for you in the aftermath of everything that has happened. As the mayor briefly stated, I know there's a lot of residents that would like to get back in and see what they can possibly salvage within their apartments. Unfortunately, in conjunction with the building department, the fire department has agreed that because of the structural instability of this building, the uncertainties in this building, that right now would not be the best time to do that. We had 6 aerial ladder trucks surrounding this building yesterday. 7 aerial ladders surrounding this building, I'm sorry. At 1,200 gallons a minute of water that we were putting on this fire. That's over 8,000 gallons a minute of water for 9 hours. That's millions and millions of gallons of waters that we poured on this building. The building at this time is still draining. There is no roof on this structure. And so with that being said, we have a unit out there right now. We wanted to try to get people in to see what they can salvage, but we came to the determination it's not the safest means for the citizens right now. We will be in touch with the mayor's office to see when it might be safe, if or when it might be safe, but at this particular point in time, we are very concerned about the structural stability of this building.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. New York State Senator Jamal T. Bailey, proudly representing Mount Vernon. And Madam Mayor, there is nobody that I think would be better suited for leadership in a time like this, and I'm grateful to you in such a time. And to our first responder heroes, it never ceases to amaze me that when everybody's trying to get out, you're the ones trying to get in, to make sure people can get out. In this season of giving, we should not be taking folks like that for granted. We shouldn't be taking each other for granted. A lot of us were worried about where we were going to get the turkey from and what the sides were going to be. But now we're in a position where we can change the trajectory of someone's life. There are families whose lives will forever be changed, but we have the power to change their lives. Not just today, but in the intervening and subsequent days thereafter. I am happy about the outpouring of love, but don't let the outpouring of love stop. Let it continue to rain down after this week, after this month, and into the new year, because these families will need our support. In Mount Vernon, I pledge my support. I pledge my ongoing help. But if you can hear my voice, if you can see this image, we're going to need you, because they're going to need you. Financial support, housing support, mental health counseling. Trauma is real, folks. They are facing something they did not realize that they would lose it all in one fell swoop. They're going to need our help as the greatest little big city in the world, Mount Vernon, to get them back together, to put the pieces together. So I'm going to leave you with this. In this season of giving, if you can give a little, give. You can give more, but give something. Give someone an opportunity to be able to rise from these proverbial ashes like the phoenix that they are. I've been also speaking with our great Governor Kathy Hochul and our Commissioner Jackie Bray, and they've pledged to do everything that the state can, and I pledge to do everything that I can to make sure that we continue to do everything that we can, and I'm grateful to my colleagues in government and most importantly the first responders and the resilient Mount Vernonites. You have my support today and always. Thank you.
Diane?
Good afternoon. I am proud to represent our County Executive, Ken Jenkins. My name is Diane Atkins, and I'm a resident of Mount Vernon and a graduate here of Mount Vernon High School. And it is very upsetting to see what happened, but you know what? It brings tears to my eyes to see how a community came together. It is so uniting. It is so earth-shattering to know that these people have been so traumatized that we come here today to bring some satisfaction to them. DSS, Department of Social Services, is here with their workers. They are bilingual, and we have many boots on the ground in our office that's right at 100 East First Street waiting. We've tagged them, the fire victims, and we are here to serve them, to make sure that they don't go through another trauma. We are here to meet their needs, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, job-wise, making sure that those who work get letters to take to their employers to state that they are in a crisis right now. And there are a lot of people here that I don't know from the building, but there are a lot of people that I do know. So the county has many employees here. We have full-time employees that were in this building. We have retirees that are here in this building. So we are definitely attached to them emotionally and mentally. And we're here. Wants to make sure that we do everything that we can to help these people bring some normalcy to their life right now. Because, like our worker said, Diane, we have nothing. We went out with our coats on our back. But you're alive, and that's the main thing. And we're going to make sure that we do, on behalf of the county, do everything that we can to make sure that they are not just victims, they are survivors, and that we stand behind them, and we will do everything in our power to make sure that things get better for them. Thank you.
Thank you. So I just want to please, because I know you got to get back to the editing rooms. So Councilman Box Hill, if you could just wave. Trustee Sakai Brown, we have Trustee Erica Peterson here, and just different leadership from the City of Mount Vernon. We'll take questions at this time if you have any questions. This is the last thing I want to say. We talked about monetary donations, gift cards, food, city help. Look, this is a time where we need your time, talent, and treasure. And so if you're able to volunteer in the morning to serve the breakfast, or to serve the lunch, or to serve the dinner, we need you. If you're available to fold clothes, we need you. If you're available to sit and talk to some of the families, we need you. So there's opportunities to volunteer. If you have talent, if you have ability to raise money, if you have the ability to organize and pull people together, if you have administrative abilities that might be supportive, we need you. And again, the treasurer is the last one. If you have finances and resources, we need you. And so we'll take your questions.
Right now, we don't have any information. I don't have any information on the two people that were rescued from the building. I know they were transported to Jacoby Hospital. We had several minor injuries of firefighters that are recovering very well at this time. The two? Oh, yes, we do have two firefighters that are still in the hospital. I want to say minor because they are recovering. I just left the hospital before I got here. Both of them were in ICU. They had difficulty breathing. It was just one of those incidents where the smoke was overwhelming to not only the citizens but to the firefighters also.
Can you talk to about the fire, something this massive? Have you dealt with something like this in recent history here in Mount Vernon? This is pretty rare.
It's pretty rare, but I have dealt with situations like this over the course of 35 years. But this is a fire of this magnitude only happens once a decade maybe, and this is the most recent. And again, it's as tragic as it comes when 200 people are displaced from their home, and a whole complex is basically destroyed.
Yes.
I've had the good fortune of doing this for quite some time, and I can honestly say I haven't seen a response like this in a long time.
There's not many communities like Mount Vernon.
It just says so much.
Thank you.
Help me help you as much as I love hearing from you and the commissioner and the state senator and everyone else. No one will tell this story like one of those victims inside. Talk a lot about dignity, and I want to maintain that. But I love one of the only things before this powwow is done. Kindly ask one of the victims to come out. to talk about the way this community has come together to say, we got your back.
Can someone go find someone? And I'm sorry, we've just been really, really protective of them.
But
We-
I would also, having done this for a long time,
Yes.
know that there are others out there who would welcome the opportunity to say, wow, I know this community loves me because I've seen them walk the walk, not just talk.
Absolutely. We're running in and we're trying to find someone. I know lunch just got served and they're getting gift cards and picking out clothes, but we will. Erica, can you help me find someone who will serve as a spokesperson, and yeah, who will.
Because when this goes on the news tonight, the people that they're gonna remember, as much as well-spoken as you are, will be that mom, that dad, right, that grandma, who lost everything, but has seen a response that's biblical.
I mean, the other thing, you don't know what you have to organize in a moment like this, and like I said, for us, this is really about dignity for these families, and so we have a brand new stadium. That brand new stadium has showers, and we've partnered also with, I think, what is it, Showers of Blessings, and Showers of Blessings and Westchester County Beeline provided buses as well as our recreation staff and the DSS staff and Mount Vernon residents. Made sure that our fire survivors, I don't want to call them victims, our survivors, were all able to go take showers. And so we will have at Memorial Field and with our mobile showers opportunities. So we need that type of support too. We wish we had something closer, but providing showers for 100 and something people is a lot, but that's a part of this daily operation.
Sean Paul, is he Sean Paul Wade?
Yes.
We talked to him, and it was all he could do to hold back. Because he's overwhelmed with bagging and tagging right now.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Huh. Here, you come right here.
Okay, thank you.
can I kindly ask your name?
My name is Dion. Yes.
Speak up loudly.
It's Dionne,
And your last name is
Robinson.
Robinson?
Yes.
And you live in the building
Yes, I did.
alone or with family?
Alone.
Alone. The reason we asked you to come out here, Ms. Robinson, is it's nice to hear from all the people who are helping out. But we were anxious to hear from somebody who lost everything, but has seen a response that I'm sure has to warm your heart. Can you just share a few thoughts?
Well, I am grateful because when this happened, I thought I was going to be alone. And Mayor, she has done above and beyond and really been there answering questions, and the support that we're getting is phenomenal. It's something that I didn't even thought I would have gotten. And even having a place to come and stay, and the food, continuous food, and knowing that although this process is very hard because I lost everything, but there's help. The DSS came today trying to place us. So I put my trust in the system, and I know it's not going to fail me, and I hope they can put their trust in us, like be open and honest.
Last question, and I'll let you go.
Yes.
We've learned that certainly Mount Vernon has showed up. The director of social services told me they've had contributions from Manhattan, the Bronx, North, New Rochelle, White Plains, all of Westchester County.
Putnam, Rockland, and Orange as well.
There you go. As well as at the state and the federal level. I know we're a couple of days before Thanksgiving. I know that you've lost everything, but I'm guessing you've seen gratitude in action.
Yes, I have seen gratitude in action, and I'm thankful for that we're still a people and a human being that still cares.
How many years have you been in?
I've lived there for 26 years.
And may I ask how young you are?
I'm very old. God bless you.
And just this is it. You know, I think we've just come out of an election season locally and regionally. We've just finished over a 40-day federal government shutdown. We've seen a lot of, you know, political back and forth and fighting, and seen a lot of acrimony. And we saw SNAP benefits canceled and families struggling, right? And so this has been kind of a dark season in our region and in our country, but I can tell you yesterday, and I know for the days going forward, that my faith in humanity has been restored in such a way. I've watched grown men and small children cry, not only those who survived, but those who are bringing in supplies. And so we are in this together, and we want to thank everyone throughout the region for donating and supporting. And we want to thank you as the media for showing up in a way that lifts this story, as opposed to looks to exploit these residents for a moment and some clicks in a 5 p.m. news story, right? Because we demonize the media a lot, but I've been looking at the coverage, and I want to thank you for covering this in a way that lifts and demonstrates resilience, as opposed to make people say, oh, that's so sorry, and go on to the next thing. Thank you, because you are helping us to tell the story and get the support that our families need. Thank you.
Guys?